Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka a Day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 14 of chapter 13. So we started the Jnaya section of this particular chapter, keeping in mind that Arjuna has asked 6 questions. What is Kshetra and Kshetrajna, which the Lord has answered. What is Jnana? The Lord has answered by describing the 20 items of knowledge. And from Shlokas 13 to Shloka number 19 is considered the Jnaya section, because Arjuna asks what is Jnana and what is Jnaya. The Lord has responded to what is Jnana, and now he's going to respond to what is Jnaya. So this is the 14th Shloka. Sarvatah panipadam tat
Sarvatah panipadam tat
Sarvatokshishiro mukham
Sarvatokshishiro mukham
Sarvatah shrutimaloke
Sarvatah shrutimaloke
Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Word for word meaning and translation. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sarvataha. Mataji. Sarvataha.
Sarvataha.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Pani.
Pani.
Hands.
Hands.
Padam.
Padam.
Legs.
Legs.
Tat.
Tat.
That.
That.
Sarvataha.
Sarvataha.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Akshi.
Akshi.
Eyes.
Eyes.
Shiraha.
Shiraha.
Heads.
Heads.
Mukham.
Mukham.
Faces.
Faces.
Sarvataha.
Sarvataha.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Shrutimat.
Shrutimat.
Having ears.
Having ears.
Loke.
Loke.
In the world.
In the world.
Sarvam.
Sarvam.
Everything.
Everything.
Avritya.
Avritya.
Covering.
Covering.
Tishtati.
Tishtati.
Exists.
Exists.
Translation. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Are his hands and legs.
Are his hands and legs.
His eyes.
His eyes.
Heads and faces.
Heads and faces.
And he has ears everywhere.
And he has ears everywhere.
In this way, the super soul exists.
In this way, the super soul exists.
Pervading everything.
Pervading everything.
So, Krishna is essentially saying, what is Jnaya? The object of knowledge is twofold. One aspect of the object of knowledge is to understand oneself, that we are spirit soul. The second aspect is to recognize and understand that there is super soul also, who is the ultimate object of our knowledge. So if you're looking at object of knowledge, that is Brahman. The Jnanis, for them the object of their knowledge is Brahman. For the Bhaktas, the object of their love is Bhagavan. So in this particular shloka, the Lord is talking about Paramatma. As the sun exists, diffusing its unlimited rays, so does the super soul or supreme personality of Godhead. He exists in his all-pervading form, and in him exist all the individual living entities, beginning from the first great teacher, Brahma, down to the small ants. There are unlimited heads, legs, hands, and eyes, and unlimited living entities. All are existing in and on the super soul. Therefore, the super soul is all-pervading. The individual soul, however, cannot say that he has his hands, legs, and eyes everywhere. That is not possible. If he thinks that under ignorance he is not conscious, that his hands and legs are diffused all over, but when he attains to proper knowledge, he will come to that stage. His thinking is contradictory. This means that the individual soul, having become conditioned by material nature, is not supreme. The supreme is different from the individual soul. The Supreme Lord can extend his hand without limit the individual soul cannot. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that if anyone offers him a flower or a fruit or a little water, he accepts it. If the Lord is a far distance away, how can he accept things? This is the omnipotence of the Lord. Even though he is situated in his own abode, far, far away from earth, he can extend his hand to accept what anyone offers. That is his potency. So, Prabhupada is referencing the Brahma Samhita here. In the Brahma Samhita 5.37, it is stated, Goloka eva nivasati akilatma bhutaha. Although he is always engaged in pastimes in his transcendental planet, he is all pervading. The individual soul cannot claim that he is all pervading. Therefore, this verse describes the Supreme Soul, the personality of Godhead, not the individual soul. So there is disagreements among different paramparas as to what this particular shloka actually is referencing. Some say that this is still continuing to reference the Brahman feature of the Lord. However, if we think of Brahman, this white diffused light that is emanating from the Lord's body, we cannot think of light having arms, legs, eyes, nose, ears, etc. So that means logically, this particular verse, when the Lord is saying, I am everywhere and various parts of my body are everywhere, this is a reference to the Lord's feature as Supersoul. And furthermore, there is a pastime from the Chaitanya Charitamrita that His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is referencing in the next paragraph. That this particular shloka is actually referencing the Paramatma aspect. This verse is referred to Advaita Acharya, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted in the Mahaprakasha Leela. Advaita Acharya explains all verses on pure devotional service. For this verse, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in the dream and explains that this verse refers to the Paramatma aspect. So, when Advaita Acharya was explaining all of the verses of the Bhagavad Gita pertaining to pure devotional service, that everything is actually Bhagavan, the Lord himself comes in his dream and tells him that this particular verse does not reference his Bhagavan aspect, but rather his Paramatma aspect. For us, Srila Prabhupada has given in a very easy way, so we understand that this is Paramatma. For Advaita Acharya, he was having brilliant darshan of the Lord, and he has gained the understanding of this verse. So this particular verse is a reference to the Paramatma feature of the Lord, not to the Bhagavan aspect and nor to the Brahman aspect of the Supreme.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.